Iceland, a beautiful island nation in the North Atlantic Ocean. Who would possibly want to invade this stunning island? Hey, so we got to invade your beautiful island. When you think of Iceland, you probably think of it being really expensive, where freezing Vikings once lived. Interesting food? Volcanoes? Those hot springs. But what about World War II? What was Iceland doing in World War II? So in 1939, Iceland was in a union with Denmark, meaning this guy was the king of both countries. However, Iceland was highly autonomous, having control of practically everything other than foreign affairs and defence. But despite this, Iceland was seen as very attractive. No, I didn't mean its natural beauty, I meant its strategic location. Supply lines could be heavily influenced through North America, and so if someone, say, showed up there and, I don't know, invaded this island, not only would they get a massive bill staying there, but also they could help influence the battle for the Atlantic. However, Denmark, Iceland's parent country, was neutral, so nothing could happen to it, right? After 6 hours of fighting, Denmark surrendered. And now Iceland was alone. Meanwhile, Britain was struggling to make friends. Hey, Belgium, can we put troops in your neutral country? Dude, we are neutral. No. Please? No. Ireland? Oh hey Iceland, wanna hang out sometime? Really? Okay lads, so we can't really make any friends, but what about forcing them to become friends with us? But Belgium has been invaded, Ireland has an army, and Iceland, well, Iceland has... Oh, nothing. Don't we have enough food? Wait, what? The supermarket, Iceland. No, not the supermarket, the island! Oh, honestly. Although Britain had decided to invade Iceland, it became paranoid that Germany was just about to invade Iceland, and so things became really rushed. Over 700 Royal Marines were packed on 4 ships bound for Iceland. The ships were set to set sail on May 7th, but due to even more delays, the ships departed the next day. The long route to Reykjavik, Iceland's capital city, took about 2 days, and as the ships were pretty packed and the weather being the North Sea pretty awful, the soldiers developed serious seasickness. Just before the British were to land on the island, they launched a reconnaissance flight from HMS Berwick. This plane, which was called the Supermarine Walrus, was to see if it could spot a German submarine in the harbour. Although ordered not to fly over the capital, it did anyway. And as this was around 1:45 AM, and as nobody in Iceland had a plane at that time, the strange noise woke everyone up. Werner Gerlach, the German consul, who was alerted by the noise from the plane, decided to quickly rush to the harbour. Using binoculars, he would confirm his suspicions that they were British ships and had come to seize the island. He got back to his home and began hurriedly burning classified documents before the British could take them. Whilst this was occurring, the police and a large crowd gathered at the harbour as the British ships reached the shore. From there, British troops landed on the island and met no resistance. The Icelandic Prime Minister, Hermann Jónasson, ordered the Icelandic police and public not to resist. After some brief confusion, as no British soldier on the ship spoke Icelandic, the British began to take key positions on the island. Including occupying the harbour and the German consulate. From where Werner would protest about how Iceland was a neutral country to the British responded, "What about Denmark and Norway's neutrality? The British then sailed to the northern part of Iceland and also occupied other parts of the island there. All told, only a single British soldier sadly died during the invasion by taking his own life. It's unclear why this happened. From there, the neutral United States would send troops to take over Iceland in mid-1941, overtaking the UK. While this did help Iceland, by the Americans building the Keflavik International Airport, they would also help put Iceland on the map by telling everyone about their stay on that island. However, on the other hand, many Icelanders point out how its sovereignty and independence was violated by the Anglo-American forces. When the US entered the war in late 1941, the US increased its presence even more on the island, and the resulting, how should I put this, interactions with locals will produce many children between them. In 1944, Iceland would dissolve its union with Denmark, declaring independence that year, much to the annoyance of the Danish king in German-occupied Copenhagen. He still used the title the King of Iceland after Iceland's full independence from him. After that, Iceland would become increasingly westernized. Its economy would boom, mainly due to tourism and fishing, causing the fish around Iceland's coast to launch uprisings and take over the world. Unfortunately, this is just not the case. In reality, Britain and Iceland had a strong obsession with fish, more specifically cod, and so Britain didn't like Iceland doing this with its fishery limits. Then a second time, then a third time, and boom, the UN Convention on the Law of the Seas would later make their claimed fishery limits legal. Iceland would continue to prosper forever after. I mean, it's not like the banks would ever collapse, inflation would ever happen, and the Icelandic krone currency would lose over a third of its value. Oh. Well, at least because the currency was worth less, foreign tourists could get better value for their money, therefore incentivizing tourists to go there. So in the end, at least they saw an even larger rise in tourism to compensate for this. Sadly, this obviously didn't last forever for them. With that being said, thank you for watching this video.